Well, I'm going to slip these bad boys on here and let's get to work. Yes. Well, speaking of microphones, welcome, dear listener, to the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. Across the table from me is Mr. Wizard Fingers, Mr. Wayne Wilkes, W2. How do you do?
Doing well, and you?
I'm doing a lot better.
Survived the holidays.
Survived the holidays, barely, just kind of squeaking by. I caught a nasty head cold for Christmas. It started kicking in Christmas Eve, but then Christmas and the rest of the whole week was pretty much toast. So it's a good thing we didn't have anything on the books that we were going to work on anyway, and we had the whole week off. You were out of town, though, weren't you?
I did. I got a chance to get away for a few days. Not too much. I took off the Friday before Christmas, and then I was back the afternoon of Tuesday, the day after Christmas.
Oh, okay. I thought you were out the whole week.
Nope. Just over the weekend,
Okay.
and then we got back, and I decided...
Well, it's a good thing I didn't show up here and redecorate the whole house and Savor the Burn regalia.
Katie and Henry had the entire week off, but I... that week between the holidays is one of those things where, yeah, it's nice to take off and then just use that as downtime with the family and all that. But on the other side of that, too, it's a little slow. And so because everyone else is taking the time off, it makes the office nice and quiet.
Okay.
So I opted to work for a couple of days and went in. And, yeah, it was me and one other guy. And...
Got a lot of work done?
It was a very quiet... yes and no. I did get a lot of work done, but I found myself really wanting to not work. So I guess that's the two-edged sword, so to speak.
Well, it looks like tonight we're going to check out this Motörhead Ace of Spades straight bourbon whiskey.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what can you tell me about this?
Well, I'm going to start off telling you the story on this bottle because this was the Christmas present that Katie was waiting for, and she had the camera ready and she videoed it because she knew, she orchestrated this.
Yeah, I forgot.
gift.
Yeah, I had one of those experiences too. But you go ahead.
We might have to talk about that as well. Back in Thanksgiving, my sister came into St. Louis for Thanksgiving week, and we as well was in St. Louis for Thanksgiving, and so that the day before. We decided to do some bourbon hunting. And so we went to a handful of different places. And one of the places that we went to, I just happened to stumble upon this bottle that we're going to get into. And I was uber excited. Like, I carried it around the store. But then as I carried it, my mind just started playing tricks on me and kind of reworking scenarios. And long story short, I talked myself out of it, and I was just like, no, I'm going to put it back. It's not going to be worth it. And so we left, and literally in the parking lot driving out, I was already having remorse of leaving it behind. And so
you could hear Lemmy's voice in your head, couldn't you?
I could. Yeah. And I mean, the whole way home, I'm like, man, okay, so we still have a few more days this week. Maybe I can get back out and pick up this bottle. And I got back and I was telling Katie all about it, and little did I know that she had already talked to my sister and told my sister. Apparently she knew that this was a possibility, but if I find anything that I really get excited about but then talk myself out of, to let her know. And yeah, so she figured out how to get out of the house, went and picked it up literally a couple days after Thanksgiving.
These sneaky women.
And so I'm unwrapping presents. We decided to do our presents from each other after Christmas, or once we got back. So we got back on Tuesday, and so we did our Christmas Tuesday night. And so I'm unwrapping it, and I was already sitting down, but I was still falling out of my chair when I opened it because I just couldn't believe it, because I knew this is a bottle that, it's not our high-end allocated bottles. It's not something that's, on that elusive hunt list or anything.
All right.
But it's one of those bottles that I knew there's no way I'm going to see this in the wild ever again, because it's just such a unique bottle. And so to reveal what it is, this is Motörhead Ace of Spades Signature Series Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
What's the proof on that?
Comes in at 90 proof.
All right.
It is a straight bourbon whiskey. What's cool about this is printed right here on the front of the bottle. They're not messing around. No fucks to give.
No fucks to give.
60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% barley. So they're giving us the mash bill right there, printed on the front of the bottle.
No wheat.
No wheat. So yeah, it's not a 4-grain bourbon, but it is a straight bourbon whiskey. And I'm going to pass this bottle over to you because we've had a couple that we've talked about. I'm thinking about the Leadslinger bottle, where they do a back label.
Okay.
Inside printing, so you can see through there. So when you kind of hold it in the right light, you see a red Ace of Spades behind the printed logo on the front of the bottle.
Yeah. Born to lose, live to win. It's got all three of their signatures on it.
I mean,
yeah. So it's the
for a rock guy, for a metal guy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You understand my remorse about
the label's even got a little bit of a red embossment here on the back. Oh, that's the words that are on the other side of it, face down against the bottle. Okay, but still, it's very cool. It's the shouldered, flat,
it's very similar
tapered,
to West Bottoms.
Yeah, West Bottoms whiskey bottle shape. It's got that shape to it, and this, like you said, it's got a
composite cork.
The composite cork. You lamented when you said that.
That's all right, though. I mean,
absolutely, it's just fine.
Yeah.
I prefer the natural, but really, who cares?
I mean, thinking back to that Booker's.
Yeah.
We absolutely love that Booker's. And we broke into that and we're like, plastic top, composite cork. Because it's Jim Beam.
Yeah, we're lucky there wasn't a screw cap on it.
Right.
The plastic screw cap that pops as you open it. But this one, I've been, ever since you sent me pictures of it, I've been stoked to try it.
Yeah,
I've been stoked to try it ever since I even heard of it.
This is produced in Fargo, North Dakota.
All right.
At a distillery called Proof Artisan Distillers.
All right, so we haven't had any whiskeys from North Dakota, right?
No. You know what?
We've had Montana with was it Ghostwood?
Ghostwood, yep.
And we've had a few Colorado bourbons, like with Breckenridge. And I think there was a couple of them, or at least one in the Advent calendar. But this is... No, the one was a Breckenridge. It was a Breckenridge.
We've done a couple of Breckenridge at this point. Yep.
Yeah.
That may be something to add to the website at some point, is a map.
Yeah.
And put pins in the map, so to speak.
World map
of where,
because we've tried things from all over.
Right. Yeah, that could be kind of cool.
It's wild. Yeah. We've
and then make a point to try to get all 50 states.
Yeah, get all 50 states and as many countries as we can.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool.
I don't know if there's any bourbon or whiskey or whatever in Russia. Yeah, Antarctica. I know there's not. There's they got to be everywhere. Russia, Germany. France, Frenchtown, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's fun to dream.
Right. This is also aged 4 years.
Okay.
So we've got an age statement for it. We're at 90 proof. And
decent color for a 4-year.
60% corn, so it's bourbon and then some.
Is that the reason for the color?
The 4 years definitely.
That nose is super sweet. Super sweet.
The write-up that I pulled off of their website says, in honor of the legend himself, Lemmy Kilmister, Motörhead is releasing a lineup of bourbon and whiskeys that embody the unapologetically bold spirit of the man that started it all.
Yeah, some people call him like you listen to Johnny Dare. He always called him. He was one of the last pirates.
Yeah.
a living pirate. Yeah, 60% corn, 30% or 36% rye, like you said, and 4% barley. I'm expecting the barley to show up probably on the palate, because I don't really pick up on barley much on the nose. But yeah, I mean it's
Pretty
it's,
standard amber color. Mm-hmm. Got some legs going on in the glass.
It's like brown sugary sweet on the nose. It's got a touch of rye. It's got all the corn. Maybe not brown sugar. Maybe like caramel, vanilla. I don't know about citrus.
The nose notes that I found
citrus.
says an initial distinctive in-your-face punch of high rye bourbon.
Okay. Well, this is high rye at 36%. I don't know. I do smell it on the nose though. I'm really expecting to. What else does it say here? Quickly evolves to a rounded balance of sweet notes, including butternut and vanilla and toasted oak. It definitely has the oak on there. I didn't even think about that until I read it. A balanced combination of spicy sweet, which is in contrast to the predictable dessert-like sweet. That's a weird sentence.
I found a website for the bourbon. Not a whole lot of information. Most of the information I found on other sites, but it looked like it was just kind of a marketing promo type of site. But it looks like, along with this bottle, they have 2 or 3 different flavored whiskeys offering. And I've never seen those. So, and the website, I couldn't click on it, and I couldn't quite see the bottles.
So you don't know what the flavors were?
To know what they were, yeah.
Huh. I would guess cinnamon would be one of them.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a whiskey and cola flavored thing. Because, he loved his Jack and Coke. Pretty much lived on it. I'm ready to get this on the palate.
Heck yeah.
That rye is right there.
Yep. That's a lot of sweet with a rye spice.
That is spicy sweet. Now, I don't know about butternut, but it's definitely, I don't know. I'm bringing it back to the sugar. The sugary sweet on the palate.
For something that is a straight bourbon, that is a lot of natural sweetness.
Definitely. And the heat, it comes in waves for me. Like, it's like the rye, it's like a pulsing rye, kind of. I don't know. Just comes in waves.
That's really good, though. And definitely on the palate, I think you were a little surprised to hear that this is classified as a high rye bourbon, because 36% does not seem like that would be high rye. But if you think about it, if 51% is your minimum corn for a bourbon, 36% rye, I guess that is high for a bourbon.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost
but it's not
60-40.
on the nose. There was not a lot. There were a little bit, a hint of the rye on the nose, but not a lot.
Yeah.
But it definitely comes charging forward on the palate.
Yeah, I'd move that an initial distinctive in-your-face punch of high rye. I'd move that down to the palate.
Yeah.
But it says here in your notes, as far as flavor taste palate goes, spice and grains take the lead with cinnamon, rye, black pepper, got the black pepper, and a hint of mint. Did not get the mint.
Did not get the mint. Definitely got a little bit of cinnamon, though.
The 90 proof warmth quickly eases into full-bodied bourbon notes of oak, caramelized brown sugar, tobacco, and cocoa. Complex waves of spice and sweetness take alternating turns with each approach of the tasting. So, yeah.
We kind of said that.
Yeah, we did. We did. And I love not looking at the notes because, I just know I'm going to be way off. But nope, not so much. I kind of hit the nail on the head with the complex waves of spice and sweet. They really do take alternating turns, like your tasting notes say. The caramelized brown sugar, I'm getting that for sure. Tobacco usually slips right past me. There was one in the advent calendar that we did. I remember I could actually taste a little bit of a tobacco on it. But in the cocoa, maybe I'm not picking up much on the cocoa. Maybe I am, but it'd be on the finish.
Yeah.
If anything.
If it's anywhere, it's close to the finish.
Speaking of the finish, your notes here says the waves gradually subside from full-bodied bourbon to sweetness to wax walnut. I have no idea what that is. And ultimately ending in a single note, cinnamon. I can't say I agree, but what do I know? A single note that lingers and resonates like echoes from the amplifier. Are you picking up on cinnamon?
I am picking up on cinnamon.
All right.
Yeah.
And at 90 proof, it's it's closer to its barrel strength or its natural state. So I'm sure they had to proof it down for distribution and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's different reasons to proof down whiskeys. One of the main that I've found anyway is to make more bottles.
Yep.
And get it sent out.
Well, you know, and depending on the price point, you know, I think that helps dictate a lot. You know, something like this, they're going to want to maximize how many bottles they can get out of a barrel.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, they also want to make sure that the price point reflects their audience. And so I found online this listed for everything up to about $100. I think the store that I saw this in was either 50 or 60.
Okay.
Right in there, which I think is a perfect price point.
It's not a $15, $20 bottle of Jack.
Right.
But this is Motörhead.
It's Motörhead.
You gotta, I mean, if you're a Motörhead fan, rock or metal fan, I mean, and you're a whiskey enthusiast.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I don't see any problem with a $50 bottle, a $60 bottle.
Yeah.
Especially since I've gone way over that myself.
You know, and just thinking back on this show, we've had the Slipknot. We've had the Blacktooth Dimebag,
the
bourbon,
blackened,
and then the blackened, and that's why I had so much remorse that I talked myself out of this bottle. And so,
one day I just know I'm gonna fuck around and end up with a bottle of Guar.
Right.
I just know it, or maybe we know somebody that's gonna bring it over. I don't know.
I know where there's two.
Yeah, is it
right down the street?
Okay, okay. At the one you were visiting earlier today, you were telling me about. All right. How much were they?
Right at 100.
Right at 100. And is it okay? So
they had two of them, and
Guar, they have different heads, different pour spouts,
they were two different, corked with the metal.
Right. So it's not a pour spout.
It's not a pour spout.
I think we talked about that in the Von Payne episode. Okay. Okay. But there's two different ones or the same one?
There are, I think, 4 or 5 different ones. They actually had 2 bottles that were different toppers.
Okay. Huh. Collect the whole set. What if you collect all the members and like you?
Do they come and perform a concert in your?
Or like I don't know. Maybe they
basement?
put your name in the liner notes of a CD that nobody's gonna buy because it's all streaming now. Except for Carlo. Carlo will be there. If we did that, I'd put Carlo's name in it and just watch him freak out. Like, hey, check this CD out. Read the liner notes. Yeah, he'd pass out right there in Brandon's basement. And dear listener, Brandon's basement is not some S&M dungeon. It's our drummer Brandon and Burn the Gates.
Thanks for the clarification.
That's where we jam and we write, we rehearse.
Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more. This is good. So this is spicy sweet. Let's see here. I'm gonna start working on my
numbers.
My numbers here. We'll see where we come out. I do dig the bottle, but it's no Booker's. That's just how it comes, right? It doesn't come in a bag.
Yep.
Doesn't come in a bag in a box.
Yep. It does have the black shrink wrapped top on there with a gold stamp logo.
Little. Yeah, I was gonna say a collar, but it's not a collar.
And I like the use of the inside of the back label as an element that becomes part of the front design.
I don't know. It's clever for sure.
This is definitely way better than I was kind of anticipating. And
right, you don't want to set yourself up. Like you don't want to build these things up, and as rock and metal fans, that's what we do. Because, you know, our favorite bands, they're putting out new albums and they hype it up and you want it to be as good as they're saying it is. Oh, it's a new evolution for our music or whatever.
Right.
And, you know, you listen to Korn and, like, every single album's way fucking different. And, like, you don't know if you like the evolution of the music. Because, I mean, they lost a lot of people with Follow the Leader and even more people with, Issues next. And then after that, it's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But they have some good stuff. They have in fact, they have some hot sauce. I was just given a bottle of this hot sauce tonight. Korn, Here to Slay. I guess made by a company called by Heatonist, which is really funny. A bunch of heathens. They're hedonists.
You know, this is one of those bottles that falls into the You could call it a gimmick whiskey. You could call it a celebrity whiskey because
I call it celebrity whiskey.
To me, this is a celebrity whiskey. I feel is a much better classification than gimmick because there's no gimmick.
No,
in my opinion, but a lot of people kind of lump those kind of together.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a gimmick whiskey. Like we've talked about this before, gimmick whiskey for me would be those all the 100 different flavors of a flavored moonshine.
Right. Yeah.
And there's
or for that
there's
matter,
a few that do that, and that's absolutely fine.
I mean, Jim Beam has an entire portfolio of just flavored whiskeys.
Yeah, they got peach, fire, fucking.
I think you
whatever.
Can throw that into that category.
Yeah. Yeah.
The barbecue whiskey.
The curveball.
The curveball.
Yeah, curveball, dough
That's
ball.
a gimmick.
The cookie dough flavored dough ball.
Yep.
And what's the really popular one?
Screwball.
Screwball. No, that's not
the
cinnamon.
That's the peanut
butter. Yeah, yeah. I've been through a few bottles of that.
I mean,
it's always great to share with people that don't like whiskey.
Yeah. I mean, is it a gimmick? Yep.
Yeah.
Are you going to finish the bottle probably in 1 or 2 nights? Yep.
Probably. Are you going to regret it? Yeah, probably.
Good stuff. So, all that to say, though, if you're a music lover and you love rock and metal, chances are you've latched onto Motörhead at some point in your musical journey. That right there is why this is kind of a must-have, I think, for the collection. And it turns out it's pretty good.
Yeah. Before we get into our ratings here, I'm going to hop on the Kansas City Whiskey Guild and see if anybody said anything about it. Dennis says, interested in the Motörhead. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. I'm glad you're here. And over on the Whiskey Tribe, Joel says, I've not had the Motörhead yet. Thanks, Joel. But somebody named Jonathan, it's me, posted a picture of it and said, it's beautiful.
Very nice.
In the comments. Very nice. So, on my nose, I gave it a 4.5. Where did you come in?
I gave it 3 3/4.
What?
I know.
Damn.
Talking a lot of game over here and then not giving the numbers.
Well, I mean, it's better than the 2.5. That'd be like straight basic. Anything under that, it's just like, whoops, shouldn't have poured that. How about the palate?
4 1/4.
I gave it a 4.5. What I did give a 4 1/4 was the finish.
I gave the finish a 4.
4.0 even. How about bottle presentation?
I gave it 4 1/4.
I gave it a 4 even. What did your total end up being?
8 1/8.
8 1/8.
0.125.
All right. Well, I was 8 5/8
Okay.
on my total. And I said
half point difference.
I say, yeah, right. We're not far off from each other. I was zazzed a little bit less by the bottle presentation than you were. It's probably that cork. It's a 1/4 point for a cork to me. Anyway, so I wrote down here a spicy sweet bourbon that satisfies the palate of any whiskey enthusiast, sporting enough rye to be a great candidate for cocktails and sharing with your metalhead friends.
I like it.
I like it too. And dear listener, if you think you're gonna like it, please go try it. And I mean, if you can find it. You said this was a little hard to find.
Well, I had never seen it before.
Okay.
And that was part of the thing as well. We're out just hunting around. I'm just kind of strolling down the aisle, and
just seeing what's what.
It was on the bottom shelf.
Oh.
And
nobody puts Lemmy on the bottom shelf.
I mean, I don't remember if this was the only one or if there was maybe 2, but there was definitely not more than that.
It's a disrespect.
But
this is an outrage.
I mean, it's real hard to miss the the logo right there.
Yeah.
On the label, and I literally did a double take, back up 2 steps, and grabbed the bottle, and it wasn't even on my radar as something that was something to look for, but I definitely had never seen it before, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I have a amazing wife.
Definitely, I'm glad you have one too, because I got to try it. I got to try it out myself. Got stuck in my words there. I'm just thinking, if I'm just tooling along, looking through the whiskey aisles and see the Motörhead, the emblem there, the war pig, Snaggletooth as he's called, I'd stop in my tracks and lament not buying it myself, because I'd cradle it in my arms as I walked through the store, and Jennifer would just give me the eye roll, be like, here we go. You know, drinking his whiskey's not gonna bring him back. I'm like, shut the fuck up, shut your whore mouth. But family show anyway. So yeah, I'd be upset with her, and then I'd be upset with myself for not, you know, doing the right thing, which would be bringing it home. And it sounds to me like that's what you were upset with yourself about. Man, I shouldn't have fucking done that. And you're not Popeye. I don't know why that came out that way.
I don't know why I did that. Suffering succotash.
Well, shit, Motörhead. We didn't even talk about Motörhead or Lemmy's stories.
We should.
Have you seen Motörhead? I did not. I've seen a lot of their live stuff on YouTube, and I'm a fan of it.
I was thinking about that earlier the other day, and I have seen them, but I cannot pinpoint the when and where.
Okay. It's just
I feel like I saw them maybe at the Midland.
okay.
But I don't know if that's correct or not.
Okay, that might have been a Freakers Ball thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Freakers Ball here in Kansas City. It used to happen every year, right around Halloween time, or at least in the month of October, and it was run by 98.9 The Rock here in KC, KQRC if you're looking for the call letters. But yep, it used to be a annual thing. You know, whether it was a rock or a metal band. It was always a costume party, and it was
always a party.
A bunch of damn hooligans. It was just a party, yeah, yep. Period. And to go, I still wish I would have gone, but just to go and like just know that Lemmy's in this town. Lemmy's in Kansas City tonight. Like and then like to be there, like he's in the same fucking building.
Right.
He's in the same fucking building, and then like, you know, the band walks out, and he walks up to that SM57 pointed like straight down at his face, you know, reaching his neck up, and his moles are right there looking at you from the stage, like
looking at everybody.
We are Motörhead. We play rock and roll. And then they just fucking proceed to tear your fucking eardrums out. Yep. Everything louder than everything else. But you know, you go through divorces and, you know, bankruptcies and child support things and custody battles, and you make choices.
Yep.
And those choices are to just stay home. Whatever. Well, that's not a very rock and roll story, but that's what you get. Damn it. So thank you for listening to this episode. This kind of rock, kind of sad boy episode of the the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. Across from me is Mr. Wizard Fingers W2. And we're done, man. We're done with this episode. Just send us a message, info@savortheburn.com, or jonathan@savortheburn.com, or w2@savortheburn.com. Just send us an email to any one of those. Check out all our socials. We're always uploading things, and we're going to be posting some photos of the Motörhead whiskey here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So definitely stay tuned. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. And always, no matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, what you're drinking, who you're drinking it with, always remember, dear listener, to keep on burning.